say you wrote a story and I fall asleep by the second page. Okay, so I'm not, Suzette, you wrote a story that was just so boring. You're gonna go home and cry your eyes out because you loved your story. But instead, if I say, Suzette, your story, the pace of it in terms of how fast or slow the train was going up the hill to tell the story, it was like the train never made it up the hill. I couldn't stay with the story because it was taking too long for me to get somewhere, or the tension of it just never broke. So I'm giving you information that tells you the same thing. Your story is paced too slowly. But instead of saying your story is boring, your story is paced too slowly is a more positive way to say that, and there's no emotion attached to that. It's neutral. And one of the things that people get tied up a lot with is whether they like a story or they don't like a story. And what I teach is it's irrelevant if you like the story or don't like the story. As a practice of discipline, as you gain the skills and you become a proficient and an effective critique provider, don't even tell somebody if you like or don't like the story. Take that completely out of your vocabulary. Instead, this is what I felt when I read your story. This is what this paragraph created in me. This is the emotional response. Because if you look behind I like or I didn't like, you have anger, frustration, lost, all kinds of emotional responses, and it's defining and decoding that response that we call like or dislike. That's the important information for the writer. Now, we all want to know if you like or don't like our story. That's because we're human. We want to be liked and loved. But in terms of providing useful information, like or don't like is not useful. It's just merely interesting. So for starting out, just drop those terms and instead decode it to what the emotional response is.
Please review our other available content for help writing, publishing, and marketing your book. If you have any questions about the Author Learning Center, please contact us by email at authorsupport@authorlearningcenter.com.